The following video is an editorial work based on the sole opinion of one individual, me, Max, and as such should only be viewed as a satirical piece. In no way do I condone any misfortune or grievance toward any of the individuals mentioned herein, or to those individuals who enjoy the work of said individuals mentioned herein. If you, the viewer, are of the constitution to be easily offended, then please switch off now. Otherwise, if like me, you truly despise the processed cheddar cheese happy factory that is the modern music entertainment industry, then do proceed with the video. Otherwise, you've all been warned. So I guess a little background is in order before I proceed with this, my first video on YouTube. Let's start with a question. Does anyone out there remember that Simpsons episode where they have two rocket ships leaving the Earth? One is filled with the best and brightest the world has to offer, and the other is filled with all the dregs. The best rocket is destined to go to Mars, whilst the other is on a one-way trajectory to the Sun. Now, keep that in mind, folks, because that very episode sprang to my mind the other day when my wife, bless her heart, was playing Maroon 5 for the billionth time, followed by a chaser of Taylor Swift duetting with the guy from Panic! At the Disco, on an affront to good taste of a song not too dissimilar sounding to Genesis' 80s hit, Throwing It All Away. Me from Taylor Swift, Throwing It All Away from Genesis. Is there a lawsuit pending, anyone? So as Adam Levine's vocoder reverberating voice set the cringe senses tingling, and Taylor and Brandon made me wish I was born deaf, I blurted out what sounded like, if I had a rocket ship pointed straight at the sun, these folks would be on it. That, honestly, was the last thing I said. What I actually said was a quote from Stifler in American Pie about removing shrink wrap from a certain male muscle, and referenced that Adam Levine should follow that advice. As you can imagine, that went down very well, and I, Max, slept on the couch that night. But whilst on that very couch, I remembered that Simpsons episode I referenced at the start of this video, and I smiled, the biggest, cheesiest smile I ever have in my whole life. And here I am now with you lovely people, about to fill out the passenger list for that very hypothetical rocket to the sun. But where do I start? No folks, today, as I am an Australian, I think it's only fair to start with an Australian musician, and how do I introduce someone who has rewritten the very paradigm of what it means to be it's Sia. Sia, where do I begin? Could it be the Cousin It hairdo? The pretentiousness to play concerts to your paying audience whilst having your back turned to them? No. At the end of the day, it comes down to the one discerning thing that differentiates and individualizes all singers. The voice. No, not the show, though we will get to that. I'm talking about her voice. That annoying, trilling, gloomy chalkboard scratching voice. OMG. OMFing-G. Let me take you back to the time I first heard Sia, like most everyone else did. The song was called Chandelier. Sorry, I almost vomited in my own mouth just then. Let's call the song, for argument's sakes, Unicorn. That song that must not be named. With its actual name, anyway. A lady at work played it to me, claiming it to be the second coming. Now, I'm a Stone Roses fan, and even I thought that album had only one good song. But to digress, the Unicorn song was, let's be frank, fruity. With a capital fruity. If there were a Richter scale for fruity songs, then you get the idea. So when she asked me what I thought, I told her, in all honesty, it's the fruitiest song I've ever heard in my entire life, and that I would never ever like to hear it again. And you know what she did? She said, okay, I won't play it ever again. Right up until 2 seconds later, when she did play it again, only much louder this time. I mean, come on. How dare I have any negative opinion toward her own personal Jesus enough to question at the very sacred altar of Sia? So, as I listened again beyond my own choice to Sia, as she enunciated the word chandelier like she was some new age French mademoiselle, the cringe factor was only getting worse. Much worse. And the cherry on top of the crap cake? My lady colleague showed me the music video to Chandelier, and ladies and gentlemen, it's even more cringingly fruity than just listening to the song. Maddie Ziegler in a Sia wig dancing, anyone? right here in my head, burning my eyeballs for all eternity, thank you very much. That f***ing song began to turn up everywhere, and to top it all off came the imitators on those f***ing talent shows like The Voice. The only thing worse than Sia singing Sia is everyone else singing Sia, especially those who can't sing Sia. What do I do now, I thought? I can't go home and mention this to my girlfriend, who's now my wife by the way. She's into all that pop shit that passes for music. I'll never hear the end of it. It's bad enough she doesn't like any of the music I do that we can drown out that shit with the likes of, I don't know, Metallica. So like any war general worth their salt, I begin to research my enemy. Did you know the reason she sang Unicorn in the end? Because no one else wanted to sing it. In fact, Sia is first and foremost a songwriter for popular music in general. Truth is, if there's a song so annoying out there you want to go home and flush it out of your f***ing brain with Sepultura's Chaos AD album, from headbanging start to headbanging end, then, chances are, Sia has f***ing written it. Rihanna's Diamonds? Thank Sia for that. Beyonce's Pretty Hurts? Yep, Sia. Cannonball, Perfume, Sexercise. Sia, Sia, Sia. And it doesn't end there. Since Unicorn broke out, Sia, just like her songs, is also f***ing everywhere too. I took my wife and kid to see Finding Dory, and guess which singer obliterated Nat King Cole's Unforgettable over the end credits? As recently as the movie Doolittle, Everything's Going Great, until the end credits again when guess who? Thanks. I used to like Scooby-Doo until, you guessed it, they put Sia in the f***ing cartoon. My wife wanted to see Vox Lux, I told her, habera fun, I'm gonna stay home and watch Predator. James Corden and the whole f***ing carpool karaoke thing, Fallon, Ellen, Kimmel, Sia is everywhere. And she's here to stay too. LSD anyone? And no, I assure you it's not the drug. That's Labyrinth, Sia and Diplo. A trio that make Empire of the Sun look like the Wiggles. In summing up, Sia to me is the answer to the question seldom asked. If Cousin It could sing, should they? No. F***ing no. For that reason, and for all the hardship to my wiring that has been caused by Sia and her songs all these years, she's earned a seat on the rocket to the sun. Now, where's my copy of Chaos AD? Thanks for watching until the end. If you enjoyed this video for what it is, a 43-year-old venting to the wind about shit he dislikes, then please hit the like button. If you want to see how far this crazy ship can fill up, then please subscribe to my channel below. Feel free to also leave any comments below as well. I'm not fragile and I appreciate you have your own beautiful opinion even if it is different to mine. Take care and bye for now. Oh wait, I forgot to mention Titanic.